What's going on, and welcome to QVO Games. My name is Juan. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much. This video is going to be a top 10 most anticipated games coming to retail this year of 2023. Usually in this time slot, we have a games coming to retail, and I would be for the week of June 4th. However, we don't really have that many games coming out to retail. I couldn't find even one, or else I would give you that update and make that video. It would be like 3 minutes long probably. But we actually don't have any that I can find. I could be, like I said, I could be wrong, and some came out, but I just couldn't find a release date or prove that they were coming out this week. So instead, we're doing a top 10 games coming to retail this year. This video it's already made, it's already posted by the time you see this, so it was really difficult to make. It was extremely difficult, and not in the sense, and like it's not in a bad way. I am just typically really, really excited to see new games come out. What's hot, what's new, what's pushing like the board game creativity level. Like what is the designers pushing and creatively pushing themselves to create like the next innovative mechanic, or what's like the next best game. I'm always excited to know, understand, and just kind of play and be around to see these games. So it was hard for me to say these are the top 10 games that I am most excited about, because I'm actually excited about a lot of games. However, I tried to minimize the list to a top 10 and 2 runner-ups. I have to have 2 runner-ups just because I am excited about them and I want to talk about them, but I don't think they made the list. Even though I wanted to make the list, like it's just so hard. It was difficult. It's really hard. I had like a list of 30, 40 plus games, and I just looking through them, and I was like, I just can't decide. I could not decide. And then finally, I started to like just logically, I'm like, am I really excited about this game, or just kind of the IP or the emotion it brought because I played a previous game, and then I played like the expansion to this, which made me now like this new game coming out that's related to that game. So I had to minimize like what is my standard? What here is what I'm excited about, and I made the list of 10 and 2 runner-ups of the games I am most excited about. Have it be for theme, for the mechanics, because I am excited to play a new part of X game, and you're going to find out. I'm going to talk all about it, my emotions, my ups and downs, why they made the list, and why I'm excited for them, and that is going to be this video. The top 10 most anticipated games coming to retail for the year of 2023. I am extremely excited to make this video. At the same time, it was difficult. So let's get going. These games are coming to retail in the US. So I still have the disclaimer as if it was a games coming to retail video, but these games are coming to retail in the US. So some of these games may be delayed for another country, for another region of the world, another country. Yeah, they may be delayed for another region, might come out 2024, or they may be already out in a different region, and we're getting them here in the US. These are the games I'm excited about for releasing in the US, where is where I buy games typically. Let's get this video going. Let's start with the first one. So this first one is going to be a runner-up. I am excited for this game. However, it's like a game that I wanted to be higher on my list. It's hard. It's really difficult. This is my runner-up. Let's get this going. Point City by Flat Out Games in collaboration with AEG. Point Salad is like an iconic game, I would say. It's definitely a game where, the term point salad came from, where your whole goal is to get as many points as possible. But now it's Point City, right? And Point City, it's pretty similar-esque. You're building a little bit of an engine going, and you're having these different cards, and the cards you use are going to help you get new cards and different cards with different abilities. You're going to be achieving these scoring conditions here to try to get as many points as possible in just a different theme and setting. I think Point Salad is a very iconic game. Point City made the runner-up list only because I'm excited for this game to come out, but it's definitely going to be a game where I kind of just play it, and then it might be a game that I kind of store away for a while. It might replace Point Salad for me. It just depends and varies. Point Salad is a fun game. I think Point Salad is a game you bring out and like just play casually with somebody. Oh, let's just play a quick game, something simple, get as many points as possible. Nothing too brain burning, just a little bit to think about what veggies you're going to be collecting, adding to your little section, your little tableau. Not even tableau. You're going to be adding to your collection that you have at the bottom to score your points. And this is Point City. Point City is going to be a city version of that, which I think is a better theme for me. More than anything, I am just excited to play this game. I am really excited to just give it a shot. I want to try it. I want to play it. I want to just study it a little bit and go over and play it a couple times just to kind of understand the difference between that one and Point Salad. I'm excited to know what's new, what's fresh. The card art so far looks really cool and awesome. I like that so far. It just looks a little more fresher than a bunch of vegetables on the cards. Not to say veggies aren't great, but I'm excited for Point City. I'm excited to see this game, and this is going to be my runner-up. And my next runner-up is going to be Forever Home, the game of second chances for shelter dogs by Birdwood Games. Man, does this hit me hard. Geez, I am such a sucker. I love animals in general. I do love animals, and I always want the best for them. I want them to be safe. I don't want there to be like danger or hurting them, besides the fact that I'm not vegan or vegetarian. However, dogs in particular, I love dogs. I really love dogs. I hope to one day donate what we can to a charity. And I think Forever Home is just kind of a game where it hits home for me, because when my dog right now, his name is Brock. He's my brindle boy. He was actually dropped into my lap from like a rescue. He was dropped into my lap. We rescued him, and this hits home because in this game you're trying to find the best home for shelter dogs and give them a second chance. And I am such a crybaby and a sucker when it comes to animals and dogs specifically, only because it also hits hard because I have two boys, and one of them was a rescue, and he ended up being the best thing ever. I mean, I love him so much. So the theme here of trying to find dogs second chance is something that hits home for me. In total, though, the game's mechanics are really simple. You're going to be combining tile placement and set collecting, as well as some drafting, and you're going to be trying to match up with a dog with their specific home and try to find them a home. That hits me in the heart. I wish and hope we can do more and just provide all dogs, a home and a place to be safe and live out their best life. I think the quote that hits me hard sometimes about dogs, this turned into like a simp video of me like just talking about dogs now, is that for us, they're only a portion of our lives, but for us to them, we are their entire lives. And this theme just hits me so hard. This game could really replace a couple of my simpler games, only because I love the theme itself. I love animals. I love dogs, and I'm excited to see play this game out and see if maybe it replaces some of my other games that are simple, only because the theme alone is kind of attracting me in. If the mechanics as well do the same, it'll probably replace in a couple games in my collection. Forever Home is a game I'm excited for, and the theme is one of the biggest things that I'm super pumped about. Birdwood Games also has Dog Park come back to Kickstarter, and I didn't do it the first time because of tight on funds, but now I have budgeted my way into making sure I snag a copy this time. But Forever Home is definitely one that I want to pick up and play this year, and that's going to be my next runner up. Now let's get into the official list of the 1 through 10. Coming in with number 10 is going to be Disney Lorcana, the trading card game. This is not a board game, but it's a game, a tabletop game, and I wanted to talk, and I am really excited about Lorcana. I want to try it. I want to play it more, and I got really into it, and the reason why I'm getting more into card games only because I play Marvel Snap a lot on my phone when I'm killing time, and I have a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun building the decks out, finding out what works with what, some cool new combos. My friends and I go at it in duos, just I made this new deck. Let's go at it. Let's find out who has a better deck. Test this deck out for me, and we just go at it. I cannot wait to try that with Lorcana. What is really scaring me is the price, and coming in at number 10 is because I think this is going to be a game I'm really excited about. However, I can imagine myself playing it, collecting, buying into it, and finding out that maybe it's just not for me. That is definitely a potential. There's a lot of potential that with all the games, but specifically this game because of the money pit it can be. It can be a big money pit. Lack of community is a big one. Here in Las Vegas, where I'm from, there isn't a really big trading card community. It's really small, and if there is, it's really small and it's really far away from where I live. It's not really far away. That's an exaggeration. It's about a 35-minute drive. However, I usually work my day job that's 8 to 5, and at 5 o'clock, it's rush hour. And getting to that side of town is really difficult. I hope if Lorcana has a strong community here in Las Vegas, I can definitely see myself playing more often, but that's what deterred me from putting it higher, only because my interest level is there. I'm just worried it's not going to be what I think it is. However, I am still extremely excited to play more. It's a really simple game that I've played so far at Gamma. When I went to Gamma, you basically are playing cards. You flip them over to turn them into ink to try to pay for other cards, similar to Magic with land cards, and you're going to be using this to play different cards. I played a really short game, so I really didn't get to experience the card, look at the card art officially, and also you're rushed because everyone's trying to play. So I didn't get to really experience the card art or the whole gameplay itself, or understand what my deck did, what is all as it does, experience it, discover how it works so I can work it and push it and win the game, of course. Lorcana is going to be a trading card game about Disney, and I'm excited for it to come out. However, I'm a little bit hesitant on how it's going to be received in my community, in my area. See if I even get to play it as often as I want to. This is going to be my number 10. Coming in my number 9 is going to be Ensemble. Ensemble is going to be a party-style game by Ergoludo Editions, and I have some pictures over here. I just wanted to show you here, and let's go over to a picture over here on BGG. Ensemble is the interesting part about this one. It's more of a party game, but it plays similarly to the game by Pandasaurus called The Mind. The Mind, if you don't know, is a game where your goal is to get as high as possible by putting cards in sequential order without talking. So for example, if you have the number 4 card and I have a number 10 card, we have to make sure we play the number 4 before the number 10, but without talking. So you kind of try to find the sequential order and take a little bit of a risk to make sure you get up to putting down all the cards you have in your player's hand. And you do so, if you mess up, you get rid of a life. In Ensemble, you also have lives, but you're trying to figure out, all agree on one card with specific little clues. And you're going to agree on that card, and if whenever you don't agree on the card, you lose a life. And your goal, of course, is to get to a high level. Similar to The Mind, your goal is to move up levels, but this is going to be more with pictures instead of numbers. The Mind is a game that I was really impressed with when I played it. It's actually really fun. It has a lot of like very, very intense moments that create some really fun memories. And I think Ensemble can hopefully do the same. And I just hope they just don't make it as complicated. More of a party game, and I think that's fine because The Mind is a phenomenal party game, and I'm excited to see what Ensemble brings to the table. In my number 9 spot, I'm excited to see if the mechanics are going to be like good enough, like with the pictures and the guessing and such, or is it going to be too difficult to the point where it's just not fun anymore? I'm really nervous about that. And I'm excited to see what Ensemble has to offer. This is going to be my number 9 spot. It's going to be Ensemble, and I am pumped to play that game. Next one on my number 8 spot is going to be The Dawn of Eulos by Thunderworks Games. So this is an interesting one. I think this one was previously on Kickstarter, and now it's coming out to retail sometime this year. It looks like they're saying down here July 2023. I hope that's the case. This is an interesting one. It's going to be a tile placement, economic tiling game, and you're going to be setting down different tiles from the world of, let's say, Role Player. If you played Role Player, it's in that same realm and world, which involves in a series of games that Thunderworks has created around the Role Player adventure universe. And Dawn of Eulos is going to be a tile laying economic game, and you're going to be setting down tiles with different types of factions and clans, and you're going to be collecting cards. And the way you score points is going to be with using this power system. It's going to be one of the ways. There's a power system here determined by this board, and if your clan overtakes different clans with conflict, their powers can move up, and if their power moves up, that means the cards in your hand are worth more. So you want to kind of choose a clan, power them up with different abilities and cards and such that you do with your actions, and you're going to try to get your power up as high as possible on them and try to make sure that your cards in your hand are worth more at the end of the game. That's kind of the gist of what I'm looking at here, and as well as the tile laying part of aspect as well, where the conflict can come, right? If you have two rivaling factions are next to each other, those factions end up having a conflict, and depending on the power level, they overtake the other camp, and now that camp is raising the power of the faction that won over the conflict. Pretty interesting stuff. The theme alone is something that really gets to me. I love high fantasy like this, and I don't think I own a game like this in my collection. Have I played games like this as well? I think it's really rare where I have. However, the explanation and the demo I got to look at over at Gamma really piqued my interest. So I am really excited to see what else is coming with this. And of course, I'm a big fan of Thunderworks and the Role Player series as a whole. I think they have a lot of great games in the Role Player universe. Includes, Role Player Adventure is phenomenal to me. I love it so much. I love Cartographers is a great one as well. Role Player is fun as well. Not my favorite, but it's definitely a good one. I'm excited to see what Dawn of Eulos brings to the table, and I'm really pumped and excited to try this one. This is going to be Dawn of Eulos, and it's going to be taking my number 8 spot. My number 7 spot is going to be Robot Quest Arena by Wise Wizard Games. Wise Wizard actually recently had a Kickstarter for Star Realms, and they also have the Star Realms, the Hero Realms games, a lot of great games under the belt. And Robot Quest is going to be a game where you're using the Star Realms deck building system, but now you're going into an arena with robots to try to battle, and you use your energy cards and the cards you kind of make up in your deck when you're building your deck to move, to battle, to attack. And I'm going to show you some of the really cool little miniatures. There's a picture here on BGG, and it's going to have, these are the miniatures that I hope come included and painted in the game because they look awesome. I love minis so much, and these look awesome and amazing. Star Realms is a game that I got to play recently. I got sent a copy now by Wise Wizard, and I am super pumped for like that system. I played it. I played the cooperative version a couple times. I played the competitive version once, and I'm impressed. I think it's a really simple and straightforward deck building battle style game, and I'm excited to see that those mechanisms put into Robot Quest Arena. Robot Quest Arena, it's a very, it looks like a very simple game, and so far when reading what I've been reading, it looks like a really simple game. Your whole goal is to just have the most points in the game, and the way you do that is by destroying your enemy robots. So the moment you get destroyed, you just spawn back in and boom, go at it again. Just keep attacking until the game's over, and then whoever has the most points wins. That sounds like a lot of fun to me, honestly. A quick game like that. There's a lot of other games that do something similar, do stuff similar where you go into like an arena and battle out, doing with different mechanics and different ways of play. However, I just also love the miniatures in this, and the Star Realms deck building system was something I really enjoyed. I think I'm a big fan of deck builders. Honestly, I'm trying to figure out that I think I love, and I think deck building might be one of my favorite mechanics in gaming. So I'm excited to explore Robot Quest Arena, and I'm excited to see what it's going to be bringing to the table. In my number 6 spot, we have Miller Zoo by Randolph and Hachette Board Games. Miller Zoo, this one has another special place in my heart. Miller Zoo is based off a zoo in Canada. And it's a real zoo. And Miller Zoo is a place you can go and visit. And when you're playing the game, you can actually play as the employees, the real staff, the staff who works at Miller Zoo. In Miller Zoo, your goal is to bring animals into your sanctuary, as well as trying to kind of manage the way the zoo is working. And it's a very simple game. It's a family-style cooperative game, and you're going to be playing through and trying to manage what's going on the board. The way I was looking at it, and I could be in the way when I was reading the rulebook and just looking through like the couple videos, it looks like it's going to be a way you're going to be going to different points on the board, and the points on the board are going to be places where you go and manage a crisis or try to fix certain things to try to make sure the zoo is working properly, and you can bring in these animals into their sanctuaries. And it looks really simple and straightforward. Another cool thing is that you're going to be playing through different like scenarios, and you're going to be adding in challenge cards from these envelopes. Here it's going to be these open 6 different envelopes, and those envelopes are going to add some new cards, some new challenges, new things to consider while playing the game. That's awesome. I really love that about, like I said, it's just a cool theme that really brought me in. Cooperative games are really easy for me to table just because my group typically loves playing cooperative style games. I do have competitive gamers as well who are hyper competitive, which I like playing as well. However, in my household, cooperative games are just easy to bring out. Miller Zoo, though, also the art, the box art, everything about it just sounds like a lot of fun. I enjoy the fact the price point, looking at it, if that's really final price for US dollars, it's not too bad. $35 is pretty good. This is going to be Miller Zoo. I'm super pumped to see what this brings out, and I hope it lives up to my expectation, because so far I am excited to play it. Another similar like family style cooperative games that I really enjoy. Stuffed Fables is a fun one that I really enjoy, and I know Miller Zoo plays differently. Also Stardew Valley, but Stardew Valley is really difficult, and I think Stardew Valley was the one I wanted to compare this game to, in the sense that you go to different points on the board to do specific actions to help out in some way to achieve your goal. That's going to be Miller Zoo. I'm pumped. This is going to be a fun one I'm pumped for. Coming up next in my number 5 spot is going to be Expeditions by Stonemaier Games. This game, I think, is like on a lot of people's like to watch list. I mean, Stonemaier has a really long reputation, a really long track of like having great games. I will admit, I'm not the biggest fan of all their games, but they're not bad games per se. I think they're all really well done. For example, Wingspan is a great game, and the numbers show it. The game has sold a lot of copies. I mean, it's probably one of the top selling board games in the world, if not the top. And I am a really big fan of Scythe specifically. I think Scythe's a great game. It's straightforward, it's simple. I know that now at this point there's so many more different like engine building area control games that are out and about, but Scythe still holds strong in my collection. The Expedition specifically, I am super pumped for. It's going to be a worker placement / engine building style game. You're going to send your robots out to different locations on the tiles and the maps, and they're going to be collecting the specific actions that are doing there, as well as building out your engine that's in front of you. And I am here for it. Let's show you some of the robots. They look awesome, and these metal robots are so freaking cool. I think they look so nice. I want like the I think they call it like the Ironclad edition or something like that, like the edition that comes with like the robots. Expeditions is going to be like a straightforward game of work, a little bit of putting your large mechs on the board and achieving with the actions within the tiles and collecting the rewards from those and creating your engine, trying to get the most points or power. I am pumped, super, super, super pumped for this game. Ironclad Edition, that's what it's called. And this is going to be, this comes out soon. This video should be coming out on Monday, June 5th, and this should be coming out sometime in the next month or two after this video. So watch out for Expeditions. I'm definitely going to be getting a copy, and I am super pumped. It's going to be a great game, and I love Scythe, and I'm excited to add this one to the collection and find out what it's all about. Let's move on to my number 4 spot. Unmatched Adventures Tales to Amaze. So, my number 4 spot, Unmatched Adventures. Unmatched Adventures is going to be a cooperative adventure game with the Unmatched system in gameplay. That Unmatched system is going to be, originally Unmatched is a dueling card game. You're going to have a board and you're going to go with your little miniature and you're going to have cards that you're going to play to be doing different abilities and such with your characters. And the characters are going to move on the match. Your whole goal is basically just drain the enemy's HP. Drain their HP and get them to 0. Win the game. That's like what you're doing. And you have different maps as well. The maps you were playing on have different grids, and the grids are all like they have different traps and different things that kind of make them different. Like for example, there's items on some of them you can pick up to use. There's also like the board can be like, oh, the laboratory location or the jungle location, and if they attack this location, they do X to your damage of like the other location. It's just so crazy, and there's so many characters now, and they're bringing in the Marvel line now. Like they're bringing up a bunch of new Marvel characters, and I'm excited for a cooperative, simple adventure game, and I hope Unmatched brings that to me. And as well as if they pursue Unmatched with like those expansions with those characters, I hope they do more adventures. That would be amazing, and I hope they make it a continuous story as well. This is going to be a cooperative game, and you can also use the characters in the game to play competitively separately, and you can use them all as like just a singular character instead of playing through the campaign. I am pumped to just play in a campaign. I love cooperative campaign games. This is going to be a one that I've been looking forward to, and I did back it on Kickstarter, but it is also going to be coming to retail, and I'm excited to see this. I'm excited to see them venture out from just a dueling card system into now some adventuring. I'm excited to see how this goes. I hope it hits off strong so they keep making more content. This is going to be Unmatched Adventures by Restoration Games. In my number 3 spot, Star Realms Rise of Empire. Star Realms Rise of Empire was on Kickstarter, and it's going to be coming to retail later this year. This is going to be a legacy-style campaign where you're going to be playing through with the Star Realms deck-building system. I am a big fan of the co-op mode in Star Realms. It was so much fun. When we played it like 7 times, going back to back, trying to defeat different baddies, figure out different combos and strategies we can use to defeat them, because we lost a couple times, our first few times, and then we managed to kind of, understand what we're building up to and how we're getting things going. This is going to be a legacy-style campaign, and I am excited because I loved the co-op mode. And a legacy campaign, I think legacies can be fun. It sucks that you play it once and it's over, but at $60 US, I don't think it's too bad. Like some legacy games are a lot more, and I'm excited. I'm pumped. Ever since I got sent a copy by Wise Wizard Games, I have been a fan. I love the Star Realm system. I cannot wait to play more, and I can't wait to see more expansions and see, everything. This game is just going to be a fun legacy style game for Star Realms, and I am pumped. I'm super excited. In my number 2 spot, we're going to have The Witcher Old World. Right now, as you're watching this video, The Witcher Old World is like the biggest hype. Everyone's receiving their Kickstarter copies. And this is game's also coming to retail as well. The Witcher Old World. The way I'm looking at it, I read through like the rule book and I read through the theme and like just kind of what's going on. The theme, of course, is The Witcher, but what's going on with the game. And it looks like it's a little more like an open world-esque style game where you can actually achieve victory in different forms. You don't have to just follow one linear path for victory. One thing that I really liked about a game like this is the game that's similar to this that I thought is Western Legends. I was the biggest fan of Western Legends. I loved that game. I think it's a great game. I don't own it because since I can't find everything within a decent price, I don't want just the base game. I think that game shined with having everything. And The Witcher Old World reminds me of that. You're going to go in, collect your card, build your deck out with different abilities, and the abilities are going to lead you into doing different stuff on the game that you're going to be doing to achieve your goal and objective, to get more points to win the game. I love an open world style game like that. That started with my love for Western Legends. So if The Witcher Old World is similar to that, from the way it's looking, it kind of is. This game is one that I've been looking to play for a long time. I didn't back it originally just because the price was definitely hefty, and I'm trying to be more budget conscious about the games I'm backing and picking up. And this was during that time when I was trying to be more conscious about that. The Witcher Old World is going to be a game that I'm looking forward to, and I cannot wait to try and play over and over and over again. And like I said, I think the expansions and the base game are all coming to retail, and that is one I really want to consider picking everything up. But I'll start with the base game and then move on from there. Move on to picking up the rest of the things since it's coming to retail. Witcher Old World is my number 2 spot, and in my number 1 spot for my most anticipated game coming to retail this year is going to be Too Many Bones Unbreakable. People, you might argue with me because it's a standalone expansion, right? But it's still its own game. You can literally buy this game and just play this copy of Too Many Bones. You don't have to buy the base game or everything else. You can just play this standalone expansion that you can play on its own. Too Many Bones holds a special place in my heart, and I think people hate on the game sometimes for absolutely the worst reasons. The game has so much variability, so much replayability, and I think that is one of the best things about the game, that I can pick up a character, play him 5-6 times, and still feel like I'm playing something new by pursuing a different path to upgrading my characters. Also, the content. There's so much to play, and Too Many Bones Unbreakable just adds to that, and I am extremely excited to bust this out, Unbreakable, and play through the bosses and beat them. And I don't care how difficult it's going to be. I'm going to play it 6, 7, 8, 10 times with different characters, the new characters, explore the new items they're adding in, explore the new mechanics with the bosses, how the puzzle of how to defeat them, what to go in with, how to upgrade these new characters, what direction should I take. It adds the endless possibilities of like how you can play. And that is one of the biggest things about this game that I enjoy about Too Many Bones, is every time I play it, it feels like something new and different. Even though the game plays the same, the characters I'm playing as just feel different. I choose to, maybe I'll up my health more this time. Maybe I'll go more abilities and just be heavy abilities. I'll have like all these dice to roll and stuff and throw out to do my best on. That's what I'm most excited about. That I love. First things first, I'm a fan of Chip Theory games. But next things, I'm a fan of Too Many Bones. Before Chip Theory, I even knew I owned Too Many Bones for a long time. Late 2018, 2019, I think is when I picked up the game, my first copy, and I have the big box, not like the small little one. And it was a game that I was infatuated with for a long time, and I still am. If I not always like for content creating, I'm always like have to play different games. I would play this game over and over again if I could. I'm a big fan of Too Many Bones. I love playing it. I love introducing people to it because I think it's a great cooperative game. And this game is going to be one that this is the one I'm most excited about to play right now. I wish I had it in front of me today, because I want to try it right now. I want to look through the box, look through the characters, study the characters, find out how they play. I'm super pumped about that. This is definitely my number 1 spot, and it's the game that the moment I was looking up games coming to retail, and I was like, oh, I have to make this list. I want to make this list, and I want to talk about this. And this game already was like, the moment I knew it's coming to retail, but the moment I saw it, it was automatically number 1. Like, this is the game I am most excited about to come out this year. It's going to be Unbreakable, a Too Many Bones standalone expansion. Man, how exciting. We are at the end of the video. That is exhilarating. I am pumped. And this made me 10 times more excited. Now I just want to go play games. I just want to go and play all my games and just keep playing and bust out Too Many Bones, introduce it to my friends who are coming over today to play games. I am extremely excited. I cannot wait. All this hype, I just hype myself up. I'm creating hype. I'm just creating hype kind of because I'm talking about these games and I'm pushing them and I'm making a list out of them. But now I'm excited for these games. I am so excited for all these games to come out, and I hope I can play all of them. I just hope I can play all of them because there's a lot of games to just buy right off the bat. Luckily enough, they're all sporadic throughout the year. They're not just coming out at one time, but I am pumped. I am super excited. Thank you for making this far into the video. This list was difficult to make, and I'm pumped that you watched this far. That's awesome. Thank you. This video was hard to make just because I am excited for all these games. I'm excited for all of them to come out. And listing them was difficult because I love Too Many Bones. I can't wait to play Unbreakable. But I can't wait to play Expeditions. I cannot wait to try Ensemble for the first time. I just can't wait to try Miller Zoo and see how it plays. I want to play Point City. Like, I just want to play all these games. I want to play them all. So it was really difficult to rank these. It was really, really hard. So thank you for making it through the video with me. And thank you for watching the video all the way through. If you like what we're doing here and you want to see more, don't hesitate to subscribe or drop a comment letting me know what game you're excited for. Drop a like, share the video. It helps the channel grow, helps let me know that I'm doing a great job as the channel is growing, that we're doing great, making content entertaining for you and for everyone else who comes in to join us on this journey. Thank you for watching the video. This was my top 10 most anticipated games of 2023 coming to retail in 2023. Have a good one.